Trans History Month might be coming to a town near you and don't want to be microchipped in your skin. Well, study shows you might be the problem. And climate change due to kill a billion people, but it might happen slower than you think. All today on Woke World News. Yes, that's right. Woke World News. News you wish wasn't reliable. Yeah.
Yet,
And we got
yet it's very true.
unfortunately, it's actually very, very true, guys. I'm sorry to tell you that everything that we look into, it's actually true. But what do you expect from this woke world? And we just want to remind you that this is just, it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get a lot worse. You remember back in like 2019? Remember how great that year was? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, in comparison, of course. Like, we knew that the world was going crazy. We knew that the world was getting worse. But man, it was
Yep.
awesome. Looking back.
Yep. You
Yeah.
know the phrase that escalated quickly, right? 2019 is just barely 4 years ago. I mean,
I know, and it was like a different world. Yeah, that's what it'd be like. 2020 to 2023 should be like
Mhm.
that escalated quickly.
Yep. Yep.
That's good. New merch coming out. So first on the docket, Trans History Month. I hope you're ready, Jules. I hope
Mhm.
you're ready to celebrate because California assembly members push for state to adopt transgender history month.
Mhm.
Yes, that's right, because that's what the world needs. We need to know about the history of men dressing like women and vice
Uh-huh.
versa.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, I just think that that would be kind of a boring history, you know? And in 1802, a man dressed as a woman. In
Mhm.
1920, a couple of men dressed as women.
Uh-huh.
In 1970, a lot more men dressed as women. You know, I don't see that being a very good month.
Yep. I mean, like you said, what is there to talk about? So they dressed up in women's clothes. Then what?
Yeah, or it's like well, people that were secretly trans, they did really good things.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, but they were still men doing good things or still women doing good things. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
You know, and it's not even, and you know what? I don't even know if this is woke enough because they're excluding gay people now.
Mhm.
That might
Oh,
be
okay.
cancelable.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because it's all
Okay.
just transgender now. I mean,
Yep.
so
And
gay.
yeah, you're right. That's just like one spectrum. I don't know what they call it. Just like one gender among the. I think last count was already at 800.
Or what's the new LGBT you said? What was that?
Yeah, there was a post on X, if I remember right, where it says, um, instead of saying LGBT, it's now 2S LGBTQIA plus. So I'm like,
Oh,
people in the comments were asking, what does 2S mean?
that's like okay, that's like when we had that other slide on the other video that we had, and it said LGBTQ plus
Minus
slash
slash minus.
minus.
Yep.
So they're getting rid of a couple of things there, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And now it's like you have your Gay History Month,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your pride, or well, I'm sorry, it's not Gay History, it's Pride, right? You have the Pride Month,
Mm-hmm.
which is for all people, but this is specifically for transgender. And why transgender? Why not have a Gay History Month? I
Mm-hmm.
would assume that Gay History Month would be more substantial.
Yep.
And
Then
I mean,
trans. Yeah.
I know me with my Christian values would disdain any of it, but yet, don't you feel like maybe Gay History Month would probably be a little bit more interesting? I
Yeah.
mean, because don't they have more history?
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I don't know, but maybe that's just me because I may be classified as a white supremacist. So even though I'm Jewish and Spanish,
What?
I will still be classified. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Um,
about to ask, you're white?
actually, I'm kind of not. It
Yeah.
turns out. I mean,
Yep.
I guess I could be called that, but I don't know.
I
But
I
yeah,
guess you're kinda off-white than,
yeah, I'm off white. I'm more of like an eggshell.
yep. That's why
I
you kinda blend in here in the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm Manila. That's what, and I am in Manila. That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
All right. So next one, because I'm sure it gets worse. So preferring biological children is immoral. That's right. You heard that right. Yes, it is immoral now to prefer biological children. It says most people say they want their kids to be their own genetic offspring, but such a desire is in conflict with other evolving values around parenting and family.
Huh?
What?
What? In conflict with other evolving values around parenting and family. Which universe, please? I think they're talking about the metaverse. This is like Earth what?
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about?
They're talking
What?
about people.
Yeah. So you're saying that it's immoral to want my own child? What does that even mean? I don't know. If you guys know, if you guys are listening to this and you feel like
Mhm.
and you could
Mhm.
decode this message, please leave a comment and down below, because we really need to start educating ourselves here at this podcast. Because man, I just this goes way beyond me. It is
Yep.
immoral.
Yep.
So and Jules, you have like 30 kids, right?
29.
Yeah, you are so immoral, so immoral. Yeah, so
Yes,
okay.
because all of them are my biological offspring. So
Oh,
I don't know.
you you racist.
I
You're
don't
a
know.
racist. You supremacist. You're the Filipino face of white supremacy.
I don't even know how that works.
Uh, hey, do you remember what was it, Larry Elder? Do you know that guy?
Uh-huh.
He ran for governor of California against Gavin Newsom,
Mhm.
and they called him the black face of white supremacy because he's black. And I'm telling you, you should watch like what happened during that.
The
It was bad, like the racial commentary that they did against this guy. Why? Because he was conservative. He was a
mhm.
conservative Republican, and he was for Trump. So he was just as bad as any KKK member. It was
Uh-huh.
bad. Yeah, he was attacked by a homeless white woman in a gorilla costume. He was he was attacked by a homeless white woman in a gorilla costume, and nobody said anything
Ah,
about it. No, Black Lives Matter never showed up.
it's
Nothing.
it's like an episode from The Simpsons. I don't know.
Simpsons did it. Yeah,
Ye
exactly. Next one. Anti-chippers are the latest group of awful people we now have to worry about.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it says as if these troubling times haven't already encumbered us with enough challenges. They're paranoid, don't believe in science. Many have white supremacist tendencies.
Okay. Alright. So when they say
Uh,
anti-chippers, um, I'm sure they're not talking about, your pets, cats or dogs or your gerbil that
no.
needs to be chipped. So they're now, seriously looking at putting, I don't know, implants, chips, microchips,
Yeah.
RFID tags on people. So that's
Yeah.
actually quite troubling. So
Yeah.
I'm probably now a part of that group that they call the awful people that they need to worry about. So they need
Yeah.
to worry about me because I find that quite troubling.
As if this time wasn't troubling enough. Now we have to deal with you, Jules. Now we
Mhm.
have to deal with you.
Mhm.
But yeah, and just as I said in the last slide, you are the Filipino face of white supremacy now. That's right. That's right.
I'm like I'm like Larry Elder, the black face of white supremacy.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
all contradiction.
All because you don't trust what you don't. You're saying you don't trust the science on this one.
Mhm. Yep,
And what is the science? What's the
yep.
science? I mean, for me, it's not about science. It's about I don't want to be tracked like an
Yep,
animal.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
not the science that I trust. I know that the science behind shipping, RFID, being able to monitor and track all of these things, all of these data points. I know that. I'm quite familiar with that. It's just that the power that we are abdicating and giving to the select few, that's what I have a lot of trouble trusting and wrapping my head around.
hmm. But Jules, you don't understand. You could go up and pay without a credit card. Don't
Hmm.
you want that convenience?
Oh well,
You
and
could go to your front door and open it without a
hmm
key. Yeah.
so
You just don't
convenience,
trust the
yeah, so
science.
convenience,
Yeah, you
and
white
yep,
supremacist.
and you just have to give up all of your freedom.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
open up your car door without a key.
yeah. What's personal freedom for if you get all that convenience?
If I had a chip in my arm, I would scratch at it tirelessly. Like I'd always be messing with it, I'd just be always fiddling with it, you know. That's until I got it out of there. I wouldn't be able to just let it lie there. I don't know, but I just no, no, thank you, no, thank you. I mean, there is ramifications for the people talk about it being the mark of the beast that putting a chip in there. I don't personally believe that, but I could see why people usually believe that. Either way, I don't care if it's the mark of the beast or the mark of the government or the mark of Visa or the mark of your bank. I don't care. Just don't put it in my skin. I'm a purist that way. And I'm sure that anybody that watches this show probably aligns with us on that level. And if you
Uh-huh.
guys disagree, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. I mean, sorta love to hear from you, but we'd love to hear why you would think that this is a good idea. Mm-mm. And if you don't think that this is a good idea, you're the problem. Yes, that's true.
You are part of the group that
Yeah.
they need to worry about. You are awful.
And repent, and again, this is news you wish was unreliable. So, next one. Property owners who don't comply with new energy rules may face prison. That's right. Ministers want to grant powers to create new criminal offenses and increase penalties as part of efforts to hit net zero targets.
Wow.
So, yep, this is from the Telegraph. So, I guess that whole thing with the climate change, it's really starting to show why they're pushing it so much. It has nothing to do about the climate, guys. It has everything to do about control. Everything.
Hmm.
Everything, absolutely. And how do you take away someone's house? Well, it wasn't climate friendly. It had to be taken away. And only the
Yeah.
rich could be able to afford
Yeah.
climate friendly, is net zero housing.
Yep. So again, even trivial matters like setting your air conditioning at a certain level. If
Hmm.
you do not comply, then they could, send in the Gestapo and kick your door.
Yeah, exactly. They could kick your door in and say, "Freeze! You don't know what you're doing with your electricity. Turn down that AC." And that's what it's going to come down to. Turn down your AC, or you're coming with me. Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, I would be the first one to go to jail because I keep my AC like as low as I possibly can. I mean, I like it cold in my room, absolutely, because
Yeah.
I sleep hot. And I think a lot of people I know a lot of people that are like that. They sleep with their AC on low.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, they did try to warn us about our ceiling fan, so I guess we never learned.
No, no, yeah, Biden's after your ceiling fans. That's another video. If you guys haven't seen that one, take a look at that one because yes, Biden, even in America, you think that this is like, something in some distant land where you don't have to worry about it. No, even Joe Biden is like saying, I'm coming after your Bay Breeze fans. I'm coming after it. And it's going to be mine. And I want it to be net zero. And gotta change it because Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
Come on,
It is.
man.
Come on, man. Turn off your fans. Give me some ice cream. So yeah, that's it's coming, guys. So next one. 1 billion people will die from climate change by 2100.
Okay, that's like 170
It's like
years from now?
That's like seven. Is that seven? It's like over 70 years. So what was that? 70,
Yep.
77 years. Yeah. So in
70 years. Yeah, yeah,
77
yeah.
years,
Yep.
yes, I'll guarantee you more than 1 billion people are going to die within that time
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
65 million people die in a year around the world.
Yep.
I think that's the number. 65 million people a year die around the world. So yeah, do the math. I'm sure we're going to hit, and a lot of those deaths are from weather, cold weather, hot weather, heat strokes, dying while drowning in the ocean, hail, tornadoes, hurricanes. Yeah, and all of it, wildfires, all these are natural things. But man, it was because of climate change.
Yep.
And I like the what they do with it too. You see how they put it a coal plant right next to it, the imagery, because it's all because of coal. It's all because of electricity. It's all because of man.
Mhm.
Yeah. And guys, do your studies on that. When it comes down to climate change, we had another video that we talked about how there's actually a global cooling
Yep.
going on. It's almost like when the Lord made the world and made the planet and made his creation, he knew how to keep it safe
Mhm.
and knew how to that the planet will adjust itself, and it has done it for thousands of years, and it will continue to do it until the Lord comes. Amen. The
But
Lord's work is good.
yeah, but maybe that's what's making it worse. The world is cooling, so now we need to turn up the heater. Aha.
Ah, you know what it is? We got to block out the sun, man. Remember that? You know,
Uh-huh.
you got to block out the sun. And
Yep.
in case you missed it in the other videos that we did, they're planning on blocking out the sun to try to fight climate change. They're, the one thing that keeps our climate going, they want to block it out for some reason. And yet that coincides with the day of the Lord because it says that the sun will turn dark. So
Mhm.
before the day of the Lord, it is coming. And the earth is not changing because of us. It's changing because it is in labor pains for the coming of day of the Lord. So something to consider when you're reading these news and you're like, how much longer is this going to keep going on? How much worse is it going to, get? And let me encourage you, it's going to get a lot worse. So, but the good news is that the Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. The worse it gets, the closer He gets. So stay, stay close to Him. Stay close to the Spirit, and don't forget to check out the other videos that we have from the Road to Emmaus podcast and the woke world news that we're showing in these videos. There are going to be other links showing down at the bottom. What did you think about all these crazy news articles? What do you think? What was your favorite one? What one made you laugh the most, and what one made you cringe the most? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's a great way to support us. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. See you guys.
Bye.